Well, Bert Brown with you once again back in the shack for a little video. I wanted to do a follow-up to my rapid Meerschaum colouring test, so you can have a look at that pipe and see how it's come on. This is Monday the 25th of October 2025, so you can have a look back at the first video called Rapid Meerschaum Colouring and see how I've got on with this experiment, and it was an experiment. Before I continue, a couple of people have said, need more light or better sound in the videos. I must stress this is the shack. This is the shack. This is never going to be Hollywood quality for sound and light in here. But appreciate it could be a little bit brighter probably for this video, but at least it'll give you an idea. And perhaps I'll put something up when I've got some daylight, some stronger lights going on, so you can have a look. So the Meerschaum, the rapid colouring test. Well, first of all, let's have a look again at the elephant pipe that I've shown you before. The absolutely magnificent Turkish Meerschaum there, just to give you an example of the colour of virgin Meerschaum before it starts to develop patina. And as against that, we've got my Meerschaum colouring test, which I think you will agree with me has really coloured up very nicely in a very short space of time. So I'm very pleased with the results, particularly along the stem here, the shank rather. That will be the two areas that will colour the fastest will be around the top of the bowl and along the shank there. So I don't know how well you can see that, but I think you can appreciate how that really has coloured up very well in about 4 weeks. So there you are. You can get your Meerschaum. That's a better example of that side. It's got a lovely patina come out along the shank there and a little bit around the bowl as well. There's an example of how you can get your Meerschaums coloured up rapidly, and I do mean rapidly. It's a learning curve for me. It's an experiment, and this here I rather wish I hadn't done. At one point I left the pipe in some damp tobacco, thinking that would help, and what it's done is it has, I guess, coloured it, but it's really just left these rather sort of unattractive stains on the bottom there. So my advice there is don't do that. If you're going to leave it, just leave it in a jar of tobacco that's not particularly, not moist, just an ordinary jar of tobacco, and you'll be okay. So let me know what you think about that. 4 weeks in for the colouring of that one. What did I do? Well, if you go back to video 1, the sort of tips and tricks I mentioned in there of what I did with this pipe, predominantly the golden rule to colour your Meerschaums: smoke the hell out of them. Smoke them every day. This has been smoked pretty well every day for about 4 weeks, and that has greatly helped. The other little tip about smoking upside down, yeah, you do feel a bit of a, so I've got tobacco and so I don't know all coming out, but you feel a bit of a plonker doing that, but as long as nobody's watching you, you're okay, aren't you? Smoking upside down it encourages the smoke to flow over the bowl and over the shank of the pipe. I'm still unsure as to whether the colouring is predominantly from the inside out or the outside in. There are people who say that the Meerschaum colours from the outside in, which seems to me to be a little bit counterintuitive, really. But apparently somebody did take a saw to a Meerschaum, just cut it straight through, and you can see the colouring was coming from the outer skin rather from inside. So my theory is probably a bit of both. which would certainly explain why the shank is the area that is getting most of the rapid colouring before any other part of the pipe, because of the condensation and the flow of the tars and nicotine through that part of the pipe. Other thing I did with it, I think, as I mentioned on the video, if you've not seen it, it won't make a lot of sense unless you see part one, really. But this was an experiment just to see how quickly that I could colour this pipe up, and really has coloured up very well indeed. The other thing I did every day, I'd fill a Ziploc bag with smoke. When I finished making other pipes, put this, actually I've got 2 other Meerschaums in it, put it in the Ziploc bag, get a straw, just leave a little gap, fill it up with smoke, seal it up, and just leave it sitting in smoke. So that's been sitting in an atmosphere of smoke in a Ziploc bag, or you could use a mason jar and just tape it over as soon as you put the smoke in there or whatever. There are, I believe, smoke machines out there, but this has all been done by the seat of the pants. So there we are. There's the Meerschaum Rapid Colouring Challenge. And again, if we come over here, compare the difference. Yeah, I will, guys, get the lighting better in the shack for these types of videos. But I just, as you know, I don't really plan the videos. I just have a thought, and I just thought when I was out today, I haven't done a follow up to the Meerschaum colouring. So just to let you see that, let me know what you think. Any other tips and tricks that you've got for colouring up your Meerschaums, I'll be interested to hear. And post them in the comments. Do like and subscribe if you've not done that, if you do like these videos. And watch out for my video on eBay bargaining, how to find bargain estate pipes on eBay. What tips and tricks do I use? So there it is, the Rapid Meerschaum colouring test. I think it's a success. I give it the thumbs up as an experiment. I'll continue leaving this in smoke and smoking it regularly, and we'll see if we can get that even darker and an even more beautiful patina on there. But I think for 4 weeks, I think that's looking pretty good. Meerschaum colouring, let me know what you think. All the best, guys, from M7 Whiskey Juliet Oscar in the Radio Shack. From my shack to yours, I'll catch you later. Take it easy.